Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Bobby Atkins, and we are the Veterans Edition of Real Estate Jerky. How's it going, Bobby?
Oh, pretty good, man.
Hey.
How was your weekend?
Good. I got the fun of cleaning up my cabin so my wife can have her girls' retreat this week. So I had a blast of cleaning. Positive thing is my Broncos won. 1 point's all that matters, man.
Yeah. Winning's winning, right?
Yeah. Well, the quarterback, is a young rookie, and he's doing much better. I mean, he's right now he's no Kansas City Chief guy, but he's getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, he's doing it's, everybody's new. Offense is all new. There's not like, if normal people have been there for a few years. So we've always needed a quarterback, and hopefully he can grow into it. And we have a good coach, and, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're 2-2 right now. So that's good.
I can say I always forget about football because I don't watch it, right? But I'll notice at church, I'm like, looking a little sparse today. I'm like, oh, it must be Niners playing or something.
That's right. Just put an earpiece in and have a phone. All right. What's new with VA? Let's see. I'll first talk about veterans who want to live in their home longer, right? A lot of them 45 and older are thinking they're going to age in place. A lot of them don't understand that the VA has grants for that. And that's not just grants for veterans who first get out, who are, disabled, 100% disabled getting out. It's even for older vets. 60% of vets are unaware that there's these programs out there. Yeah. So I just thought I'd talk about it a little bit so that we can tell veterans, once you get into a home and you want to stay there, there are programs to help you make that house into your long-term home when you get of age. Like there's grants for bathrooms, changing the bathroom, changing different things. You just reach out to the VA, and I know that's a pain, because they're not easy to work with, but there are companies who help, and I'll work on trying to find some of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. That's good to know. You're talking like as far as like retrofitting it.
Like if you need a roll-in bathroom or a shower that you can get into, putting those lower in the cabinets, those kind of things, because now you're in a wheelchair bound or whatever it is. Yeah. Like the first thing I'd have to do if I got in a wheelchair, first would be to put a damn ramp in. Second would be raise the sunken family room, because it's in the middle of the damn house.
Yeah.
Right. Which is not that big of a deal, but it's, and I was always like, why didn't you guys just raise it normal level? Because it's such a dramatic effect.
Man, some people like the, split levels, tri-levels, sunken living rooms.
We're not going to step like that.
No, I know.
And the problem is that the biggest thing is raising actually there's 2 windows above it. So you could the doors would just go up and lose the 2 small windows above it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, there's ways to do it, but then the outside steps would have to be taken out and redone.
Well, the one thing that I was thinking about when you're talking about that is like those walk-in bathtubs, right? Like, so I have a listing right now that has one of those. They're super nice, and Jamie's grandma had asked me about putting one in the guest house, right? And those things are $20,000. I wonder if the VA would cover that.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, you have to be a veteran, first of all.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if it's depending on the situation, if you can, if you need, because the reason they put the walk in is because you can't pick your foot up, supposedly, to get over the side without falling, and you have to have railings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was blown away when I found out they were $20,000.
Yeah. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
Not at all. Nothing's cheap these days. Nothing.
Yeah.
I know a bathtub is how much?
Oh, well, I can say just about the tub itself, probably about $800 for just an average bathtub, right?
Yeah, but then you most of the time you got to put the walls, everything else on there.
Yeah, it's bathtubs.
That's the cheapest thing. But I mean, I want this one. Well, that's $10,000 now.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's just like difference in price of concrete between companies and stuff. One will say $25,000, another one will say $5,000. So it just depends.
Now, something that most people don't know about is that you can actually there's plenty of companies around here that re-enamel your bathtub. So say you live in an old house and it's got a cast iron tub. First of all, those things weigh 500 pounds.
Right.
I mean, and you got to cut them. Normally you got to cut them up to get them out. Just because it's more practical, right?
Well, the only way you can get them out.
Yeah.
The doorway and everything else.
Yeah. But what was I going to say?
You can re-enamel them.
Yeah. Re-enamel them. Right. And like at the end of the day, it's just a vessel that holds water for you to bathe in. Right. So get it refinished. It'll look like brand spanking new.
Yeah, as long as it's exactly what you want. Yeah. I mean, you might just replace a tile, or hey, I want an age appropriate bathroom for my house. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, unless you're putting one of those giant soaking tubs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what my wife put a different bathtub in ours because she wanted a certain size one. Of course, I still can't fit in it comfortably,
Yeah. No.
but what are you going to do?
I know my wife asked me she's like, why'd you have to take a bath? I was like, I'll fit in the bathtub.
Yeah. Well, I want my knees in my head and I want to lay in with dirty water.
Yeah.
Then I take a shower afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, the only time, if you need to soak or something, but that's what I have a pool for.
Well, yeah. Look at you showing off.
No, that's for my ice baths in the winter, but, and that's, be careful even with your pool companies you hire. Everybody's different. Like our pool is starting to have these little rust spots. Like there's a material like in there that comes through. We have a lighter color. Darker colors wouldn't really show up, but we have about 6 of them show up. And I've been calling the pool company because my pool guy works for the pool company. And he goes, I put this in about 8 months ago and I've been calling since, and they haven't gotten back to me. So I'm about ready to get upset and start saying their name on the radio.
Yeah. Yeah. Just call and say that. Hey, I got a show.
No, I don't have to say that. They know because they used to be on it.
Oh, gotcha.
Just said that.
Yeah. I was going to say, is that maybe just like a crack, like in the...
It's not a crack. It's just in the actual Pebble Tech. There could be a rock in there that has iron in it. And that rock is, so they have to chisel it a little bit out and just redo that little spot.
Interesting.
It's not a major issue. It's just doing it. And they probably go, well, we were waiting till summer. Well, why didn't you, winter, just why didn't you say something then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just reach out to your clients and get back to them. It's important to talk to, it's important to talk to your clients all the time. You have enough of there's even people you can hire to call your clients if you're not going to call them.
Yeah. You're talking about the pool company, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just talking in general, even us. If you're not talking to your clients on a reasonable basis, you're losing out.
Yeah. I try to quarterly.
And that's good. Yeah. But I'm just saying we run in. So I get stuff where I know if they run a hard pull or whatever, so-and-so took a hard pull. Yeah, that was me doing their loan. But thank you for staying on top of it, company. And speaking of the trigger leads, because a hard pull, when you do a hard pull, what happens is the Bureau sells that information to all these people to call and try to get your business, and they lie and text and everything else, and it's really bad. Well, there's a bill going through, supposedly the spending bill, it included the trigger lead bill in it. I'm going to research that more and see what happened with that. But there's a couple of them that are trying to go through Congress and get passed to stop that. I want the one that stops it from ever. Nobody gets the leads, even if it's the original company. I don't want anybody to get that.
Yeah, because the first thing that happens is your client say, "Geez, Louise, I call you pull my credit, and now I got everybody calling me."
Yeah, they try to blame you. It's like it's not me; it's the bureaus. Yeah, they totally have that.
So yeah, I'm gonna say the hard thing is you're saying, that they're gonna pass some legislation to keep them from making money. They're gonna complain about that.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen until certain people are gone, because that's a whole Visa thing that just happened, right? In the 90s, Nancy Pelosi got founder shares of Visa stock. I'm just stating fact, people, history. I don't want any, send the emails to Bobby. And basically what happened is she was on the floor, and Chuck Todd says, do you think you should be the Speaker of the House when this is happening with the Visa and they're trying to put these bills to the floor, and she won't let them come to the floor? And she told him to shut up. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. All right, fast forward to today. FBI, DOJ decides to say that they are conspiring to have a monopoly over the debit side. And so they got hit and their stock took a hit. Well, a couple of days earlier, Nancy Pelosi's husband sold a ton of shares of Visa stock. Sounds to me like insider trading.
They've done that more than a few times. They're either that or they're just the most intuitive traders.
They said they're the best traders ever.
Yeah,
in history.
No, I know this kind of goes off the rails, but
I'm just saying what I'm getting at is, it's totally off the rails. But yeah.
Well, so I just saw there's this one financial investigator that I watch, kind of a weird channel, but I kind of got into this stuff, and it was basically talking about how the Israeli government knew or had some kind of forewarning about the October 7th attack from last year, because there was something like 150 million trades 2 days before, and people selling stuff off, and it's like insider trading.
Well,
everywhere.
They just knew that things are happening, and it's not a secret. They know everything.
Yeah.
They just choose what they want to release.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to whom they let that information know.
Yep.
Oh, one more thing I want to talk about: commission, buyer's commission. Buyers still expect the seller to cover agent's commission. A new survey that was done shows that the majority of sellers are still offering to cover a portion of the buyer's agent fees. Just so it's like normal. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about who needs to pay for it. Just sign the broker agreement. And I think a lot of the people in VA, you can do that now. Don't understand that if you sign that buyer's agreement, you can sign it for that one house. You can sign it for all the stuff, or because I had one that came up where I heard 2 agents had a buyer agreement with the same buyer. And so, so I'm like, I wonder if each knows, or if they signed it for just those properties that they showed them,
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. And also at open houses, technically everyone who comes to visit the open house is supposed to sign an agreement just stating, hey, I'm, as a licensed real estate agent, I'm showing you this property, right? Because I'm holding it open. But I know there's a lot of apprehension too, because like, well, what am I signing? And so now they've made it one page. Why it has to be so complicated, I don't know. But yeah, you can change it to where it's for one property, a few properties, or for the entire, county of Stanislaus.
Right. Well, I would just make sure you're covered, because you could show them everything and then go on vacation all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. No, there's an agent in my office. He's been in the business like 30 years. He said he's from the very get-go, he's had buyer broker agreement signed with all of his buyers. And so he's been doing it for years. And so we're like, okay, well, how did you explain it to, what was the shortest way of explaining it to your clients? And so it's been good.
Right. All right. Anything else today?
No, okay. I think that's about it.
Well, I mean, I don't want to go forever and just keep talking about nothing. Do you have anything else we want to add?
No.
Okay. So just remember, if you're a veteran and you want to stay in place, there are grants for that through the VA. So reach out to them and get that information. And don't worry about the buyer agreement. Just move forward. Most sellers are paying that for you, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And again, Bobby, thanks for being here. Really appreciate you.
Thank you, Ed.
All right. That's been nice. Everybody make it a great day.